every single weekend. Every single weekend. In the black neighborhoods, we dealing with the same dumb shit every single weekend. It's gonna be some profanity in the show tonight, so if your ears hurt or whatever, I suggest you go ahead and watch Scandal or the Bulls game is on, whatever you want to do. It's gonna be some language that you may not like. Tonight's show is called "It's Not the Place, It's the People." That's what my grandmother used to tell me, and it's true. Before we get into all that, we're gonna get into discussing businesses. Always trying to uplift people and what they're trying to do out here. Tonight, we're gonna start off with Rochelle Millsap for all your real estate needs, residential. I'm sure she can connect you with some commercial person if that's what you're into. Give her a call. Name number is on the card right there. Kevin Character King, spoken word artist. He's got a CD called I Am Character. It's available on iTunes and CD Baby. It's also got a book called Characters Book of Poetry on Amazon. Check that brother out. Here's a little something.
No showing up for nothing fathers who don't bother taking hold of their sons and raising them till the job is done. I see new faces in old places. Places I grew up called home. And these faces in old places are faces not of my skin tone. Yet they come from various places, do these faces, to purchase themselves new spaces in these vacant places, which have now been renovated, upgraded, upscaled, and updated.
Done what's been drawn back, ready to implode on impact. And there are many in my family like me, better than me, all is dead.
Check that brother out. It's got some good stuff in the book and on the CD. Reach out to him. We're going to get right into the the show tonight. I'm just going to start by saying I'm really pissed off, and I guess it's going to take all of us being pissed off before we get the change. Recently in Chicago, and I'm sure it's not just Chicago, but we're talking about recently in Chicago, we had the murder of a 9-year-old boy and a young lady senselessly. This 9-year-old boy was shot 7 times, execution style, apparently in some type of retaliation for something his father may or may not have done. I'm ashamed of all the people that are on social media degrading this woman because of some posts and things that she may have placed on her Facebook page. She's young. Young people do this type of stuff. I saw the pictures. Yeah, you know, you're a mother, but that's got nothing to do with her son being murdered by some selfish bastards. No, the bastards too good for him. By some selfish niggas. How about that? What ignorant, low-life son of a bitch would take a gun and shoot a young kid 7 times? We had a young lady, Kaylin Pryor, just won a modeling contract. Went to see her grandmother over in Inglewood. Was heading back to Evanston to sign her contract, something that she had worked hard to get while she was working her other jobs. A young 15-year-old was somewhere in the area. I don't know if he was talking to her, what was going on. Car drives by, shoots them both. She dies. He lives. Them some worthless motherfuckers too. You're out here, there's people out here trying to live, doing what they need to do in order to have something in their lives. Hydea Pendleton had just performed at the president's inauguration, killed on a playground just a few blocks away from the president's house. Other young people, I think this was Amari Brown, who was shot and killed. All these innocent babies out here in the street. And you niggas out here trying to prove how hard you are with your gun, destroying the neighborhood. We got to get to a point where enough becomes enough, where this shit is unacceptable. And if it's your son, your daughter, your uncle, your brother, whoever it is that's tearing every fucking thing down, that motherfucker need to go. Period. And if you don't believe he need to go, then get your shit so you can go with him too. The shit's ridiculous. It's across America ridiculous. And I don't give a damn what white people say about what's going on. I'm talking about what I say. And this ain't no Black Lives Matter thing. We want them to continue to deal with the external thing. We're talking about the internal thing. When you constantly turn on your TV and you see people falling out, crying, because their lives have been ripped apart because of some ignorant niggas out here doing some dumb shit, shooting and killing, not giving a damn about anybody else. So if you got that type of nigga in your neighborhood, that nigga needs to go. Just like he don't give a damn, you can't give a damn about him. Because you'll be the next person that this stupid motherfucker picks up a gun and shoots. They don't have no pride in themselves. I'm not blaming the women. It's the problem that's been going on for years and years with the black man in America. We know the conditions are bad. It's almost like being behind enemy lines and being there to find a way to survive. We get that. But you can't tear down your community and then act like society is doing something bad to you. You're part of the problem. And maybe it's a catch-22. You got to find something else to do. And a lot of these situations are because 75% of black households are headed by women. Women can't raise men. Once he gets old enough and starts feeling himself around age 12, 13, starts feeling some swelling in his pants, this nigga think he a man. And he'll talk to you in a certain way that he's not going to talk to his father. And if you step in while he's trying, if he does have his father around and trying to instill something in him, you stay out the way. If he got to throw his little ass through a wall, then his little ass needs to go through a wall. Fuck what society say. Society's working on a whole different fucking program. And they don't want us to control our kids. They don't want us to control our environment. Period. Stop listening to that bullshit. Some of these kids need a good kick in their ass. And if they out here doing this dumb shit like we see on TV every day, shooting young kids, shooting grandparents, it's a damn shame. And if you change the way you look at them, then maybe they'll change their behavior in the street. But as long as the women in charge, I don't think they're going to change. Why do they need to? You're a woman. You don't control shit. I'm a man. I got some money. I got some dope. I'm out here doing it. Fuck daddy. He ain't around. It's sad. When you got to go to a funeral after funeral after funeral. It's crazy. When you got a homicide watch page in your city. That's just not crazy. A homicide watch page listing all the shit that happens in the black communities. Look at these faces. All black. They even put the criminals on the page to show how dumb your ass is and how you finna go sit up in fucking jail for 10 to 20 years for doing dumb shit. I got friends in jail for doing dumb shit. I got friends and relatives that been to jail, got out, did more dumb shit, went back to jail. It's got to be treated like an epidemic in our society. And when it's an epidemic, something's got to change to eradicate the problem. And see, it's the mothers that, you know, you tell them, well, your son went out and killed 3 people. Oh, not my baby. Yeah, your baby. That nigga that you have allowed to run wild and run free is out here killing people. So he got to go. We got to start taking more responsibility. Men standing up, taking back the communities. We do these marches with the church. Then other people go out and do other different things. I know my cousin, they were going over to where that young boy got killed, and him and a group of his people were going out. That's probably the only way this is ever going to actually change. And maybe there may be a combination of black men and some type of police support. I don't welcome a whole bunch of police report in the beginning, because that brings in the animosity of it all. But it may be at that point where they need to roll some tanks through and have a list and pick some people up and take them over to across seas or wherever they need to take them and sit them down there. We got to do something though, people. Goes to show we have to stop allowing the BS to continue to go on. It's got to stop. It has got to stop. And I know a lot of people are dependent on this dope money to live. And the person with the dope money might be your little son. But if you wasn't on crack or on some type of narcotics or drunken your damn self, you wouldn't give a damn. I know lots of mothers that have lost children, and it tears their souls apart because they feel helpless. But the helplessness started way before their child got killed. We as black men cannot keep accepting that society tore us down and we have no other recourse but to keep accepting the crumbs from the table. I was talking to some people today about where there's no programs when if a brother does mess up and get out of jail, then that brother's got to start selling incense. Then that brother's got to start selling socks and towels on the side of the road. That brother's got to have enough integrity to say, I fucked up, and I'm going to get my shit together. And I'm helping some other people to get their shit together. It's crazy out here. When we as a people are constantly sorry about that, where we as a people are constantly listening to the news, hearing about young people murdered, old people murdered. Just a constant revolving door of funerals, of tears, of mayhem, Why do we have to live in a place of mayhem? It's fucking ridiculous. And maybe I shouldn't be cursing, but that you have a right to be angry, and everybody's got to start acting like they got a right to be angry. Look at this homicide watch page. This just last week. Young people, older people, and then you look at some of the people that committed the crimes. I don't give a damn how many blunts you want to smoke. Why ain't somebody somewhere putting a foot in your ass, straightening you out, getting you to be where you need to be? I used to mentor young men at my church for 4 years, and there was a couple of them, hey, I know I stepped outside the rules and told them how I felt. I would tell them I wish you was my nephew or something. I'd choke your fucking brains out. I'd kick your ass. Because that's what a lot of them need. They get bigger than their mothers, then, oh, well, she can't handle him. Can't nobody else handle him. He think he's a grown man at 13. And I used to always tell them, young man, why you going to act that way with your mother when you knew damn well you wouldn't act that way with your father? And we need some of these ladies to step back. If a father is in the house, I don't give a damn how you feel about how he's approaching his son. If that's his son, he has the right to check his son any way he feels it's necessary to get his ass straight. Oh, you don't feel like going to school? Get your ass up, son. You're going to school. Sick and whatever. We ain't got time for all this coddling and all this bull crap. If his father's not in his life, then ladies, find a program to put him in. If you don't want to go to the program, take his ass down to the police station. It's time to stop all this bull crap because we losing them at such a high rate. We did that documentary a while back about the prisons. How you going to have 65% of black population sitting in prison? Then black males have the lowest college graduation rate, high school graduation rate. What the hell you think that's going to do? That's going to turn into you going to prison. Yeah, the system's not perfect, but until you get your own business, you got to work for these people. No way around a whole lot of this stuff. But it's got to stop. I'm hoping some people see this and share it. And maybe even if you know something about a murder or something, you don't want to testify, walk into the station, say I got some information. If nothing else, they can pick this bastard up or these bastards up and get them off the street for a few months. Maybe when they're off the street for a few months, some things can take change in that neighborhood. I don't know how I got to the point where we now allow dope dealers to control the economy in the black neighborhood. Just because they throwing a couple of dollars here and here and here, that means nothing. You're destroying your people. Well, ain't nobody making to buy that dope. Ain't nobody making you sell it. Two sides to everything. A lot of these older cats getting these younger cats involved. Only thing on their mind is women, cars, clothes. All that shit fades. Don't add no value to your life. Period. We always got these people in the community that's tearing it down. When all them projects stood up on State Street, 39th Street, West Side, that was the worst thing ever to put that many people together in poverty. But the government don't give a damn. They building prisons for all you stupid ass niggas that's want to be out there shooting, robbing, stealing, killing. They got a place for all your dumb asses. And you're too damn dumb to have shame for yourself. That's the part that really irks me. And you'll probably see this and say, oh, fuck that punk. That nigga ain't out here working like me and grinding like me. You ain't fucking grinding your goddamn self. You're out there being destructive, non-productive. You're either going to jail or, worst case scenario, you're going to get some dirt thrown on you. Either way, you don't give a fuck. So why should I give a fuck? If that's how you live in your life, every time I see one of my little cousins or something, and they be like, hey, I'm just out here trying to do it. Better do it a different way, cuz it's real. And we all done seen it too many times. Murders in broad daylight without a care of who's around. Shooting kids, grandparents. So why are you going to protect this motherfucker? I have no idea. Why are you going to protect him? Tell me. Is he really doing that fucking much? Or is that your own compass that's fucked up? A lot of cursing in the show tonight because I'm angry. And I'm tired of everybody fucking body else not being angry. We angry when we see that shit with all these cops killing these kids and all this other type of shit. You need to be twice as angry as the people that's inside your community fucking up. I'm almost at a point now, I wouldn't give a damn if the government came in with a couple of tanks and rolled through and just started picking motherfuckers up. You ain't doing shit, then we got something for you to do. Sign this, you in the army now. Get the fuck out of here. You want to shoot, take your ass over to Iraq, Sierra or someplace, and shoot the fuck over there. At least you're going to get paid for it. At least somebody might be able to train your dumb ass to do something. We don't need your dumb ass in the neighborhood, fucking it up, tearing it down. Every black person should be angry in America because of this dumb shit that goes on in every neighborhood, and the few of us that's able to escape and get some peace and fucking quietness for 3 fucking seconds in your life get to see this dumb shit on TV every day. And I don't give a fuck how other people see it. I'm talking about how the fuck I see it. I could care less what the white people think about it. I'm telling you what I think about it. Some dumb shit. And if you don't think it's dumb shit, then you the dumb shit. People, if you can't change the people around you, then you change the people around you. That's the bottom line. There's not no magic formula. The system is fucked up from top to bottom. I learned years ago that they was building a permanent underclass. And I listened to people when they told me to do the right thing. These kids don't have no guidance. As a matter of fact, I got something I want to share with you. There was a documentary I came across on World Star Hip Hop. It's done about Chicago. Check it out.
as they police and FBI tore the projects down, and that's why it's so chaotic out here, because now you got different gangs spread out throughout different parts of the city. It might be rival opposition gangs, and they in the same neighborhood. That's why there's a lot of shit been going on. So it's deeper than that. It's not just wilding, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, running around shooting for no reason. That's all they know, you know what I mean? They don't have no parents, all they know is the streets, you know what I mean? So the streets raise them, and that's how they turn out, and that's why a lot of shit is happening now, because they don't have father figures, they don't have no role models, so they turn to the streets.
Try to make sure my niggas don't go broke. Call the line, ask what I want to show for. Say half right now, that's a no-go. You could keep calling, I won't show.
This shit been going on since the 20s, man. From the organized crime days of Capone to now. Just the gangbanging shit, that's the way it always is, that's the way it's always gonna be. It's Chicago for you, though.
It's no secret Chicago is named Chiraq. That's the nickname of Chicago, and it's Chiraq because the murder rate in Iraq one year was lower than the murder rate in Chicago. So that alone draws a lot of interest of people wondering what is going on in Chicago. Why is all these killings going on? He's doing a shoot. You know, why is all this violence happening in Chicago? So it draws attention to Chicago. People want to know what's going on. And of course, with hip hop and the essence of hip hop, the art form, it's always been a person able to speak from the streets and give their perspective of what's going on in the city. So that alone led a voice to be heard from Chicago. Now, who's the guys to speak? It's always the youth. Who's most of these murders happening with? It's the youth in Chicago. So now everybody want to hear what they got to say. They're talking about it in their songs. You hear it in the slang. You hear it in the stories they're telling. But people want to know what's going on.
No lack of information. Keep your eyes open. Watch everybody. Everybody out. Stay with the squad. Everybody out.
Look, the Jakes on their way out right now.
They go to boys. Shit. We a fan they ass.
See that? Bunch of young black brothers on the street all day long, looking this way, looking that way. They scared to be out there, but they not saying, you know, you can't show that type of fear. All this, fuck them niggas, man. We'll go over there and we'll do this. Listen how dumb that shit sound. All that energy, all that youth. And there's so much hopelessness around you. You can't see across the street. It's like you're waiting to be picked off, waiting to be murdered. And then you got that attitude, well, I don't expect to live long, no way. Look, so-and-so dead, so-and-so dead. Get your ass off the street. Find something creative to do. Here's something creative. A lot of them got kids. Take care of your fucking kids. Do what the hell you got to do to take care of your kids. If that's working at McDonald's, then that's what the hell you got to do. Selling incense. You're so worried about how you're going to be perceived by your boys. I can tell you one thing, when shooting start, don't look for your boy to be standing right next to you. He going to be moving. I remember a young man always used to tell me, oh, my people, oh, they're looking out for me and everything. And I said, but brother, if they're looking out for you, why are you sleeping in my hallway? And all he could do is say, damn. These people don't have your back. They are using you and putting a little money in your pocket. And you get so used to this little money. It's hard to go out here and work for that chump change. And we can all understand that. The money that you may get paid is not enough to take care of your family. But going to work at a restaurant or something, you may not have to look over your shoulder like this. Or like this. You're not standing out there all fucking day being a target. So while you're working, why don't you go take a few classes too? Now more of your time is taken away from the bullshit. My purpose tonight is to browbeat you, is to say some shit that you need to hear. This not about Black Lives Matter on that end, on the external end. That's about Black Lives Matter on the internal end. People need to call people on their shit. And if you see a motherfucker out here shooting, killing, robbing, stealing, and you don't turn them in, then you just guilty. The bottom line, the only way to clean, we can't build a foundation for a black community because people are constantly tearing it down, and you're constantly letting them tear it down. You ever notice how hard it is to walk on broken concrete? You can't build nothing on it. It's sad to hear when mothers say, I'm happier when my son's in jail because I know he's safer in there than he is on the street, because if he's on the street, I have a fear he's going to get killed. And that's a real fear. But we don't want him wasting time sitting in jail. That's not productive time. That's part of the system. You got corporations, and a lot of them you wouldn't believe are invested in prisons. So we don't want young black men wasting their lives in prison. There's nothing wrong with going to church, brothers. Nothing wrong with it. Don't let people fool you with, well, if God was here, this wouldn't be happening, this wouldn't be happening, this wouldn't be happening. God's not on your schedule. God does not operate as you operate. But the devil operates exactly like you operate. He's like a lion seeking who he can destroy and devour. You're the prey. When you got that gun in your hand, you're the prey. When you're out there selling them drugs, you're the prey. And like I say, I don't give a damn if it's people in my family. I don't give a damn. Get your shit together, brother. Period. That's what they used to say back in the day. Get your shit together. Nobody got time for this shit. You want to be out there killing? Then stay your ass out there in the street. And as soon as I see you kill somebody, then I can turn your ass in and we'll get you three cots and a meal. How about that? It's too hard for black people in America. Constantly be putting up with this year after year after year after year. King and all these people that died for us to have something are turning over in their grave. And you should have enough sense to be ashamed of what you're doing out there. It's a damn shame. Period. You ain't got to go to church. Go to the mosque. What I'm saying, get your ass out the street. Find something to do. And we won't have to see the news every day of some dumb nigga. Yeah, I'm going to keep saying it, because that's what she is. Out here shooting and killing babies, grandmamas, innocent young women. You're killing everybody that's trying to make a difference. And for some strange reason, half the time, you can't get the person that you're really trying to get. Be a man. Stop shooting from the car. Get your ass out the car. Walk straight up to them. Maybe that'll save 5 or 10 innocent people if you're going to be out there on some dumb shit. And I believe when they catch you on some dumb shit, they shouldn't take you straight to the station. They should take you somewhere and beat your fucking head in. Because we don't need it. And everybody else is going to have to jump on that same bandwagon. Until us as black people start saying enough is enough, this type of dumb shit going to continue on. And when your monkey ass get bailed out of jail and you want to come stay, no, ain't got no place for you, bro. Unless you acting right, unless you're on the right path, you done found God or Allah or something while you was in there, fuck you. You gonna come out here with that same dumb shit? Tearing up the communities? That's what I told the judge at the sentencing for the guy that killed my sister, and it wasn't gonna be a long time be back on the street. I said, what difference does it make? It's not Becky. If it was Becky, he'd be a menace to society and you throw him underneath the jail. But when it's black folks, you put them same bastards back on the street in the same neighborhood to do the same dumb shit. Because you know they coming back. You can spot them just like we can spot them. But we get to live next door to them in the fucking neighborhoods. We get to dissect that bullshit. It's sad. Black people, we got to change. Brothers, we got to change. So we don't have to keep seeing our sisters in tears. Because they've lost another son. And even sometimes a daughter. And they've lost them to the system that drags them into it and then destroys them. We keep this up at this rate, in 200 years from now, it'll be hard to find a black man. We only like 150 years out of slavery, people. And it's a damn shame we haven't made more progress. And we keep allowing ourselves to be put on this underclass, this minority status. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? My connection failed a couple of times tonight, so I may have to put the stream together, but I'll post it. I'm hoping some people share it. If you got a little knucklehead running around, share it with him so he can call me a couple of punks and fuck that nigga and all that. Anything he want to say, I don't give a damn. Let him watch it. Tell him to watch it. And while I'm all these punks and shit, use a little ignorant ass nigga that's gonna get your fucking brains blowed out if you don't get your shit together. Period. As we always say at the end of the show, love, peace, soul. We out of here.
Hey man, I don't know about all this Furious. Guys walking around motherfucking Compton and all, man. Rick, it's the 90s. Can't afford to be afraid of our own people anymore, man. Would you two knuckleheads come on? Why don't y'all take a look at that sign up there? See what it says? Cash for your home? You know what that is? Billboard. What are y'all, Amos and Andy? Are you stepping and he's fetching? I'm talking about the message, what it stands for. It's called gentrification. It's what happens when the property value of a certain area is brought down. Huh? You listening? Yeah. To bring the property value down. They can buy the land at a lower price. Then they move all the people out, raise the property value, and sell it at a profit. Now what we need to do is we need to keep everything in our neighborhood, everything, black. Black owned with black money. Just like the Jews, the Italians, the Mexicans, and the Koreans do.
Ain't nobody from outside bringing down the property value. It's these folk shooting each other and selling that crack rock and shit.
Well, how you think the crack rock gets into the country? We don't own any planes. We don't own no ships. But we are not the people who are flying and floating that shit in here. I know every time you turn on the TV, that's what you see. Black people selling the rock, pushing the rock, pushing the rock. Yeah, I know. But that wasn't a problem as long as it was here. It wasn't a problem until it was in Iowa and it showed up on Wall Street where there are hardly any black people. Now, if you want to talk about guns, why is it that there's a gun shop on almost every corner in this community?
Why?
Tell you why. For the same reason that there's a liquor store on almost every corner in the black community. Why? They want us to kill ourselves. You go out to Beverly Hills, you don't see that shit. But they want us to kill ourselves. Yeah, the best way you can destroy a people, you take away their ability to reproduce themselves. Yeah. Who is it that's dying out here on these streets every night? Y'all. Yeah. Young brothers like yourselves.
What am I supposed to do? Fool roll up, try to smoke me? I'm gonna shoot the motherfucker if he don't kill me first.
You're doing exactly what they want you to do. You have to think, young brother, about your future. Huh?